Yeah, start here, bringing you a 1v1 today. We are on Kholodny Ferma. Thank you for spawning on the left. We have Chun as OKW, and his loadout is Special Operations. Luftwaffe ground forces and fortifications. Facing off against him on the right, we have Borobadger as the Soviets, who has guard motor coordination, mechanized support, and guard rifle combined arms. In terms of ranks, Chun around rank 180 OKW, borobadger around rank 140 Soviet, so Chun does have, he's around rank 60 with US forces, just doesn't have that many matches with OKW yet. So it looks like we've got a tier 1 start. I didn't pay attention to the exact build order here for borobadger, whether he sent the engineer out first or whether he built the tech structure with the second engineer. Do have a Kubel from Chun. Can lead to like a very good start early on, but very risky against Soviets because they so commonly go with the M3. You really have to back your preservation of it to make it worthwhile. But it can lead to a very, very strong start, which is also very desirable. Soviet tier 1 can get off to a slow start, having to build that tech structure first, and penals do take a long time to hit the battlefield. So you can send like all your squads to attack whilst the Kubel does the capping for you in the backlines. That looks like what Chun is attempting here. If you're capping this munitions and you're worried about getting ambushed, try and get to like as far over to the side as possible. It's a really good engagement here for the penals. Good range for them. Negative cover versus not on negative cover. So things look pretty good here for borobadger. In comes the second squad penal troops, and that's pretty much going to be the end of Chun's push, I think. He got a little bit close with that second squad penals. Switches his focus fire to the stern pioneers, which is the right thing to do. And there we go. Chun's push comes to an end right there. Oh, that was bad. That was bad for Chun. You know, you really want to have a better start than that. For OKW, you know, like, personally, I still don't know what's the best thing to do with my Stern Pioneers in every matchup and every map, but I feel against Soviets generally you do want to, you can maybe capture like one standard territory point close to your base with the Stern Pioneers, maybe like as you run towards your destination, but then you should probably run straight to your opponent's fuel with Stern Pioneers. Hope to get a one-on-one matchup with the combat engineers, and especially if you're using a Kubel follow-up strat like this. Just send every subsequent troop to support that engagement and try to hold them off the fuel for as long as possible. However, borobadger has not gone for the M3. Ooh, oh, that's some horrible Kubel micro. Which, you know, it's a mistake. I think against OKW, it's just like always the strongest play to go for the M3. Generally, as we've seen, going for it as your second unit after your first squad of penals is the right choice. After you complete tier 1, you know, you do go for a squad combat engineers before that. Okay, just double checking that he didn't make a fourth squad of. Fortunately, he doesn't lose that, but he didn't. So I'm awake. He's actually going for a battle group here. No elite armor. Personally, I find battle group very hard to use as OKW. Flak half track's a little bit underwhelming. I think if you have like a really strong start, you kind of go the talisman style where you just play really conservatively, set up lots of sandbags, try to defend, try to play really efficiently. I think it's much easier to go for a mechanized. Oh, that retreat was cool. But yeah, I think it's much easier to go for mechanized because the looks. You just need the looks to deal with the penals, and if you can force 1 or 2 penals into the PTRS upgrade, then your box trainers have a much easier time in these subsequent firefights. Do have a sweeper up for Borobadger. So when he does eventually get his T70s, going to be avoiding those mines, getting some down as well himself. He's gone. His commander already locked in guard motor. We haven't seen anything deployed from it. Yeah, I suppose he really hasn't enough manpower to field some guards. And he might not even field guards because there's an MG34 on the field. He might want to go for the heavy mortar team. Try and counter that. It's a tough engagement for the penals. Trying to keep them behind the light cover as the other squad closes in. Good idea. Chun probably needs to throw an incendiary grenade there if he wants to win the engagement, but looks like he's just going to try to pull back now. We could still lose that. Oh, he's definitely going to lose it on retreat. Penal in the middle, I didn't even notice that. He's forced away from the cutoff there. So yeah, a couple of things went wrong for Chun right there. So he's already lost his Kubel and now one squad of Volkswagen it is. It was a pretty good move from Borobadger though, having that extra squad into the retreat path. Managing to secure the wipe. Second machine gun coming in for Chun. I think that's probably a pretty good idea. Haven't seen the guards yet, but here they are. These troops generally have a lot of trouble dealing with double machine guns. Borobadger's at an awkward timing now where he's probably not going to have enough manpower for a very long time to board heavy mortar. So he's going to be relying on the T70 to deal with the machine guns. So if Chun has some mines down, some good kit positioning, you know, hold on to a lot of territory here thanks to these machine guns. Right into the north. There's indeed a mine going down right on the road there. Sweepers are in the north right now. And T70 is going to be coming in very shortly, so it might come good on the damage to T70, and if you can slow it that little bit, definitely helps. Especially that first engagement, that first impact of the T70 can sometimes be super violent. I'm prepared for it. Another tech truck coming up for Chun, so this is the timing you have to hit if playing the strategy. Oh man, he's gone for another Fox Trinity squad. Needs a Raketen. Ooh. But this is the timing, you know, if you can get your tier 4 tech up before the T70 hits, and if you can get it protecting your fuel and the cutoff on this map, generally positioning it maybe here, that might be a little bit risky. Penals throwing satchel across the hedge, but anyway, if you can achieve that, you're in a really good position. Chun is just about there. But he is rather defenseless against this T70 right now. G34 having to pack up. Ooh, mine there. That could be a wipe on the engineers. T70 chasing in. No, gonna deal with the other machine gun. And those engineers did go down. They were exploding. 12, close enough for a Faust here. So overall, very... Oh, maybe not. Spoke too soon. MG gets decrewed. Good play by Chun, you know, getting on top of the cutoff there. It's kind of set up for a good position with the double machine guns. Would have been very hard for borobadger to push if he didn't have the T70. Now he's going to try to recrew the MG34. This is dangerous. Nice grenade. And that MG34 is going to be turned over now. Looks like only one model went down to the mine there. No! Did a penal go down to the mine there? Penal that crewed the machine gun. Looks like it died for borobadger. Okay. So things are looking a little bit rough for Chun, but staying in there. Just that mine wipe. Truck is out, but he's had to reinforce a lot, so doesn't have the manpower to build his tech yet. Trying to build up here will be very risky. But if he wants to get his truck down, he should probably stop branching out so far, especially when he's facing off against T70 as well. Could easily chase him down and wipe on retreat. Needs to play a more compact style until he gets his tier 4 down.
Target secure. Establish defensive line. Lay footing for Panzer HQ here.
Nice little bit of sweeping there. Luckily borobadger didn't come down here and instantly try to kill the pirates. They're kind of in a safer position now, retreating from here versus retreating from here. It's a big difference. T70 unlikely to get wiped. Okay, he's going for a Schwer close to the middle. This is a risky position. Quite often Soviets do end up with an AT gun in the middle around here, within range of this position. So yeah, I'm not too fond of that tech structure positioning. See what he ends up covering. To the edge of the cap, you know, this can shoot a little bit further than its range indicates, but it's not really going to be helping too much in the VP fights. Luckily this T70 has been pretty inactive for borobadger, honestly. Hasn't really inflicted that much damage. Chun kind of getting off lightly. This is usually an extremely dangerous time to play as OKW, but T70 has really been doing the trick. Getting over here, doing some harass of the fuel. Chun actually pretty close to the OKW Panzer 4. He's probably correct, does have time to go for one squad overs before Panzer 4. You want to get those as soon as possible, start beating them up. Still hasn't sectored a commander. Got one nice shot in there. Good Rikiden usage. Kind of had it, you know, camped in the middle, looking for angles of opportunity. Finally found one in the south. Grenades. Oh, late retreat, and that could be the wipe. Oh, he just gets out of there. Ober's coming over and haven't completed their MG quite yet though, so they're not very strong. Don't really want to take on two squads of guards. Oh, and a mistake here from Chun. He left a right click on those guards. Didn't hit stop afterwards, so as they retreated he ran out of cover to try to chase them down. Big mistake there. So micro tips. Basics. So actually sometimes I've found that you got to be careful. You don't want to hit stop too soon because sometimes your squad doesn't actually end up switching targets or what you intended them to do. Especially if they have to turn to face their target. Okay, then get out of there. Borobadger a bit slow to get his T-70 back on the field. Finally repaired it up. Heading to the south again though. Knew that the Raketen was down here earlier, so perhaps should consider branching out more to the north to avoid the Raketen. Luckily it missed. And could actually go down here. P4's in production. Oh, if he loses Raketen right now, that's big issues for Chun. He's coming over to try and defend it. Actually, he's coming in, going to get the Faust in. No, he cancelled the Faust. Looks like he's going to try and just outright destroy the Raketen with his T-70. It's going to take a long time. In fact, P4 might be on the field by the time it happens. Tier 4 tech is up for Borobadger, but I assume he's going to go for a T-34-85, so about 50 fuel away from that in another 2 minutes. And in the meantime, he's going to be quite vulnerable, doesn't have an anti-tank gun, only going to be relying on these guards basically to fend off the COH2 Panzer IV, which is not so friendly with its super tough armor. Overall, I'd say so far Borobadger just a little bit too much downtime with all of his units. Oh, this is his engineers right there. Guards coming up, taking a lot of damage from the stern pioneers. Just ends up retreating. He's actually going to go for the T-34-76 here. It's a risky one against the COH2 Panzer IV, a very unfavoured matchup. So he comes in for a little bit of follow-up, but he's very cautious with it. Doesn't want to lose it to the Panzer IV because it does transition well into the late game with his recon mode and also just protecting the VPs on the flanks from sole infantry squads capping, as well as capping itself. And so squad goes down there. Sweet he is. Wiped to that retreat. Now he's going hunting, going after this engineer. Now the T-70 in his sights. T-34 coming in, diverting its path. T-34 is here. Oh man, and penetrates the frontal armor. COH2 P4 could be in trouble. Guards pop the button. Panzer IV is moving into the rear. And he gets the kill. Big overextension there from Chun, and nice work from Borobadger. Using the button on the guards there. You only just had the munitions for it as well. Didn't even get the T-70 as well. He's got to be fuming about that. So now Borobadger in a good position. And he kind of needs to get things going. As I mentioned, he's been a little bit inactive with a few of his units. It's kind of showing in the VP score. And falling behind in that department, despite, in my opinion, having the stronger army for most of the match.
Combat engineers are standing by.
Combat engineers coming out. Not a bad idea. It's kind of, you know, he's quite far away from another vehicle. Getting another squad of combat engineers for repairs is always a decent idea. Because when he does get another vehicle, he will need another squad of combat engineers for repairs. So if you can get them on the field now, they might be able to help out in minesweeping and capping. So he's coming in for a wee bit of a crush here. Doesn't quite work, but they are very concentrated. The main gun could get a big hit, but doesn't. Might get it off there. Coming up here, doing some harassment with the guards. T-34 takes engineers from that mine. We're getting kind of chasing down, but I think this is a pointless chase. He's very unlikely to get a kill on it. And, you know, coming around this corner with all the negative cover here can be quite dangerous. Looks like he's maybe going to try go for some attack ground action. But I think in this position he's probably not going to be able to shoot through. Need to be a little bit closer down. Seems to be around this area where you can shoot through. Oh, excuse me. Yep, so he fails to get through the shot blocker there. And decides to pull back. Another Panzer IV coming in for Chun. Borobadger still a good chunk of fuel away. So he's going to branch out to both north and south VPs. He's having a little bit of trouble in the middle. Oh man, he's going for another Panzer IV. This is... I mean, it's a lot of fun using a lot of Panzer IV, I mean T-34s rather. But it's also very hard to do. A safer choice would probably be to save for an SU-85, which is like really strong through the middle of this map. And also maybe go for a heavy mortar team, try and soften up these weapon teams that are causing issues capping in the middle of the map, and also could end up applying some pressure to the tech structure if he just camps some mortar here and just constantly barrages it. Ooh, that was a big hit. For the chase down, doesn't have the machine gun upgrade. Well, now he does. Did he have it all along? Maybe did it just pop? I don't know, maybe my eyes are deceiving me. It's the mine. 34 goes for some shots. See, that one I think went through the hedge a little bit. Oh, and now he hits a mine. 2v1 here. Okidoki Panzer IV's got to be careful, doesn't expose his rear armor. There's a raket in here, but Borobadger should be aware of it, because I think it was close enough to the capture circle to be revealed. Now T-34's in some trouble. T-4 and he just needs one more shot to get the kill. It looks like it gets a little bit too slow. Gonna go in for the second Panzer IV, but there's once again another squad of guards, and he exposes his rear armor. Looks like he did pop button, but it was at max range, so barely does anything. He disables him for a split second. Squad of penals, meanwhile, goes down in the north. Stern Pioneers follow suit. 300 manpower each way. You can see how effective the T-70 is, you know, as we transition into the late game. Still getting the wipes, doing the damage, helping control the territory. It's going in for another kill here. A little bit unlucky not getting the wipe, and P4 coming up here now. He's back here. Oh no, he's spun around. Oh, lose it here. Guards come in. no mana, I mean no munitions for a button.
Weapon team, ready.
But yeah, if the P4, even if it left his rear armor exposed, the PTRSs would end up doing enough damage eventually. Grenades exchanged. Borobadger a little bit quicker on the trigger.
The enemy now have 200 points.
Oh, but that was a good one. That bundle grenade did some big damage. And now there's those of Vet 2. Terminator mode engaged. I think I heard that at Vet 0 the DPS is something like 25. And at Vet 2 it's 37 at max range. It's crazy. Such a huge boost in damage. Going for some shots long range. T70 coming in. He could overwhelm right here. T70 gets off to the side and gets some big hits. Squad down for Chun. Oh man, he's gonna try face up his Raketen to get another shot in. That's gonna die too now. Horrible play here. P4's coming down, but a little bit late. He's already lost so much. He switches targets. I think he should just try and kill the T70. Yeah, he goes back to T70 now. Borobadger trying to steal away the Raketen perhaps. Would help him. He doesn't have an anti-tank gun currently. So floating a little bit of resources now as Chun. But that was an entirely avoidable situation there. Super late retreat on their Raketen. Should have never overturned it. Still, Borobadger is quite low on VPs. Could be feeling the pressure in that department. Su-85 now coming in for Borobadger. Good decision. Gonna be up against the double Panzer IVs. Oh, and he gets the kill. Oh, but both the T-34s penetrate there. Now they're going in. Needs to pop the Blitz. It was on cooldown. Yeah, that is the risk you take. Trying to fight an engagement not on full health. A few lucky penetrations there for Borobadger, and P4 is down at a very critical timing here. So now he's going to be outnumbered 3-1, as well as a Raketen for Borobadger. He's looking pretty grim. Oh, but perhaps not. He tries to go for the tech truck kill, and in comes the Panzer IV to save the day. Tech truck goes down, but he could lose both of his T-34s right here. Second Faust comes through. Su-85 charging forwards. And Ford's gonna stay in there. Oh, where's the button? He pops the button now. Oh, but the T-34 goes down. He's trying to circle the Su-85. He pops the incendiary grenade. Oh, but the Raketen comes in from the other side. Out of control. Is dead. Chun never selected commander this whole time, so this could be the moment to do so. He thinks he can hold on for the command panther. That could be his last hope. He's in a good position though, because at the moment Borobadger only has Su-85 on the field, so the fact that he doesn't have any anti-tank isn't really going to get punished for it. So he can, you know, at least hang on to some fuel for the next few minutes and can speed his progress towards that command tank. That should be his focus. Oh god. Alright, well, I think with that oversold out and loss, this game is now over, so I'm going to speed it up. There's a big engagement. I'll slow it down, but yeah, there's a couple too many careless losses here for Chun.
The enemy has cut off a sector.
A little bit reckless with his Panzer IV.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
It's starting to heat up again. Going for double Raketins, which he's probably going to need once T-34 hits the field, but doesn't need right now. And he does have, luckily, only 2 squads that are like highly vetted that he has to fight against, so at least losing the Obers isn't that costly. He does have the double machine guns once again, can hold on to territory quite effectively thanks to them. So it's going to come down to his Raketin positioning here. Also whether he has squads nearby for Faust support. Oh, come on, man. Don't do this again. Another late retreat. So he's going to try chase him, maybe do some bonus damage on the road. That was a close call. Unnecessarily close. Not much else was going on the map. Steam Pioneers now similar fate. Penals are a little bit weaker this time though. 3 mods instead of 4. Okay, so T-34-85 on the field for borobadger. He's very low on the VPs. And double Raketin straight down the middle. T-34 going in for a circle, but one of them gets a shot in. Squad coming in for the Faust. He's got to get out of there. Risk losing his T-34. Does indeed select this commander, and Command Panther is going to be on the table. Question is, oh my god, he's gone for another MG-34. There's one too many. He needed another squad that was mobile. I think even another squad of Fultrinators probably would have been the best here. Just another squad for Faust, since you're leaning so heavily on the Raketins, having more Faust available. It's very helpful. But, you know, he's about at the right timing for his Panther in terms of manpower. Oh, but this could be a wipe. Dodge that grenade. Let's get one model and both. Still, borobadger is struggling on the VPs. He loses a lot of squads himself. Keeps sending his tank where the Raketins were last seen, which is a big mistake there. Losing control of the north. Oh man, this could be bad for him. He's got around the side of this MG-34, which was kind of an awkward angle. And this could very briefly be a triple cap. Borobadger super low on VPs. He's got to make a big push here. Knock out both these Raketins. Ideally. T-34 is back here. Looks like he's using the crew repairs right now. The Raketins connect with the Su-85. It's kind of spinning around and it goes down. Nice stealthy Raketin play from Chun. T-34 coming in now, looking for some revenge. This one's not retreating, trying to reposition it. Kind of crazy. Now it retreats. Very easily lose it. And there he does, right at his base doorstep though. Should be safe there. Squad comes in for the Faust and goes down. T-34 gets a monster hidden there. So he's going to try to stay in there. Try and outright destroy this Raketin. But in comes the command tank. This machine gun up here gets flanked. So the Penal got forced away from the south. Maybe MG getting the suppression in there. 25 VPs left. You hear it from the announcer. comes in. Oh, main gun destroyed as well. Really rubbing salt in the wounds. 345 goes down. Squad's up here capping, so VP's installed briefly. You have one Raketin in the hands of Borobadger. He's going to go for another SU-85. Thing is, the Panther at the moment, he really only has to worry about the button, remember, no real snares on the side of Borobadger, so he can afford to be a little bit more aggressive with it. And for the kill on that decrewed machine gun, or stolen machine gun. Looks like he's probably going to get it if he keeps chasing. No. He's heading towards the middle instead. Desperately try and chuck units into the middle, but there is a one-man machine gun here stopping him. Pop the incendiary rounds, comes in for the crush. Oh! You got one or two models there. Good crush. Machine gun should really pull back for some reinforcements though. Oh, now he's going after the Raketin, but surprise, SU-85 is there. It's going to come down to micro here. Panther circling behind the SU-85. Raketin hasn't repositioned yet. Going for the reposition now. Squad comes in, gets the button. Panther trying to escape now, but the Raketin gets the kill and the bonus damage from the marked vehicle making the difference there. But without that bonus damage, I don't think he would have secured it, but Borobadger not out of the woods yet. Still very low on VPs, 12 remaining. Raketin in the middle goes down. 11 VPs. He's got enough time.
The enemy is about to defeat us. We have only 10
Chun has no units at all. Sticking around trying to destroy these decrewed team weapons now. Chun throws in the towel and calls it GG. Well, a back and forth game. Pretty entertaining. Hopefully you guys learned a lot from this. You know, there were a few minor mistakes both players were making that maybe you would be making as well, which you don't often see from the top players, so you don't really get those same learning opportunities. So if you learned a lot, but overall Borobadger just had too many squads kind of just standing around not doing anything for too much of the match, which despite having a stronger map presence or stronger army didn't lead to this enough map presence, so he got very far behind on the VPs. Also kept sending his vehicles towards the location where the Raketins were last seen instead of trying different angles, perhaps in the north. So a couple errors there from him. And Chun, I didn't really like this tech structure positioning, definitely got punished for that one there. And just lost a few too many squads carelessly. Well, I'll wrap on that, guys. If you like your game to be cast by me, details in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye. Good luck.